Good evening, everyone, and welcome to What's Cooking with Jonah and Jason. And today, we're going to show you what else you can do with that turkey.
Yeah, this turkey, man, it just keeps on giving, doesn't it?
Yes,
so
it does.
We're going to look at what else we can do with it. Last week, you guys made some amazing casseroles and sent us some pictures, and man, we love seeing those. So keep sending those. I wish I could taste all of these casseroles.
I would love to taste them.
Because they are good. But we'd love to hear the stories of not just how good the food is, but also what do you see God doing through the food, right? How are you reaching your neighbor, your family? What do you see God doing through that? And so we'd love to hear those stories. This week, we're going to be looking at what else you can do with the turkey, because apparently there's something we can do with the bones, I guess.
Had no idea you could use bones, but you can.
So we're going to make some soups, or at least that's what Victoria says. So
Yep.
we'll get to join her in the kitchen here in a minute. But again, we'd love to hear those stories about what you see God doing. And speaking of what God's doing, what do we see God doing at our sites this week? What's been going on operationally?
Yeah, so operationally, there's essentially 3 programs running. First one is our weekly sites. And so what we're seeing there is a growing need for food. Each week, as we're going out, we are running out of food faster and faster. And so I know at Stony Point, one of usually our lower sites, we went through 140 meals in 16 minutes.
Wow.
And I know that's the same for like LDA, even the sites up north. And so there's a huge need. And so that sites are operating well. And then on the disaster relief front, we're doing meals for families who've been quarantined, tested positive for COVID-19. So getting them food so they don't have to leave the house. And then the Bastrop EOC has launched their COVID testing units. And so the doctors, nurses, and EMTs are all part of those teams. We're taking care of those teams as they're trying to take care of our county. So.
Awesome. So, and as we continue to feed folks in all these different ways, you can help. And there's a lot of different ways you can help. And we're so thankful for those that have partnered with us to help. We've got a number of restaurants for one, and it's been a huge blessing to work with them, to partner with them, and just the support that they've given to help continue to feed folks at our sites. It's helped with minimizing the number of volunteers needed at the sites, along with spreading the food, the resources, if you will. And so we thank you guys so much for that ongoing support. And so one of the other ways that you can help right now is this coming Tuesday, so in 2 days, we're going to be having a Giving Tuesday telethon right here, it sounds like. Granted, everything works out technology-wise. So, and we'd love for you to join in. So help us spread the word. Consider making a gift. And so you'll be getting an email if you haven't already. There'll be some Facebook posts as well, ways that you can click to give. We'll have a text to give and some different ways that you can interact. But help us spread the word about this by sharing this post, sharing some of the other posts that you start seeing about Giving Tuesday, and be looking for us live on Tuesday midday and join in and help share that link as that comes live. And so we'd love for you to help spread the word and interact with us as we continue to not just meet a physical need that we see growing right now, but a spiritual need that we see growing. And so help us be a part of that this coming Tuesday. And in the meantime, we'd also love for you to share this video right now. So hit the share button, hit the like button, make a comment, let us know where you're watching from. Where are you seeing this video at, and have you made any of the recipes, and maybe share some of those photos of what you've done as well in this video. And so in the meantime, we're gonna head back to the kitchen to see what we can do with these bones. So
let's go make some soup. Feed the Needs ministry is simple, and it's simply this: to feed people. And it's by doing this on a weekly basis that it allows us to do the most important thing, which is to build relationships with people in our community. By doing this, we get to share the love and the gospel of Jesus Christ with them. If you're looking for more information, please check out our website at feedtheneed.org. Hey everybody, welcome to What's Cooking with Feed the Need Missions. I am here with Victoria McLaughlin. And today we're going to show you what to do with that bird that we cooked a couple weeks ago. But first, I want you guys to invite some friends and join them on this feed. for those that maybe might want to cook something that have people that they can reach out to, obviously the whole point is we're creating very simple meals that you can prepare at your own house to feed your own family and then give that to others who may need it. And if they don't eat it, it's such a simple way to reach other people for Jesus. That's the whole idea behind Feed the Need. The whole thing that we do is to feed people both physically and spiritually. So we use food as a tool to build relationships and then to engage in those relationships and hopefully lead people to Jesus Christ. But first, I've eaten turkey and it's delicious, but apparently you're about to use the bones.
Yes,
something.
we do.
So
We're going to
teach
use
me,
the bones.
Master.
Okay, so since I haven't taken all the meat off the turkey yet, we're using the chicken bones because I'm going to show you how versatile any poultry carcass will work.
Chicken, turkey, it's bones.
Anyway, so let's put the bones in water, good water, and put in celery, several pieces of celery. You could...
While you taste it.
No, don't do that. So, onions, carrots.
I feel like a professional
Oh,
chef.
you don't have to break them apart.
Oh,
That's fine.
I'm pro. I do
Let's put a little pepper
go
in.
above and beyond here.
Little pepper,
This kind of actually looks good.
little salt. And then what you're going to do is bring that to a boil,
Okay.
put a cover on it, and then turn it down and let it simmer for about an hour or two. And that'll make this wonderful broth. It's going to pull all the nutrients out of the bones. The extra pieces of meat will give it flavor. The vegetables will give it flavor.
And then obviously as we're doing this, if we're going too fast, we will have all of these recipes written out for you by Victoria on feedtheneedmissions.org. And so if you go to feedtheneed.org, we'll have a list of the recipes so that you can follow step by step so that you know how to make these exactly as we are making them now at home.
That's right. So make your own broth. And it's actually really expensive to buy bone broth in the stores. And here you can make it for virtually
And we already
pennies.
used the
That's
turkey,
right.
so now we got
That's
the
right.
bones. So it's
So
perfect.
the next thing we're going to do is one of my favorite soups. It's an onion soup, and it's from a wonderful restaurant in Quebec City. And you take about 4 tablespoons of butter, and you melt that, and then you take 5 onions, and you slice them really thin. You melt your butter,
I cried the whole time I cut those.
and you brown these onions until they're golden. Now, that obviously takes a while, so I'm going to speed up the process. You're just going to need to trust me on this a little bit. So you cook these until they're golden, and then you're going to put in about 2 tablespoons of flour. Once it's all golden, and you let that cook all in.
So how many people
And
does
then-
this little meal that you're cooking right now feed?
This nice pot size.
Nice.
So this is turkey broth, bone broth that I made from a turkey from several weeks ago. And I took it and I took all the fat off of it and I put it in the freezer and froze it. So I just thawed it out for what I need now. And I will put
So
that broth in.
from my turkey that I did at Christmas, if I froze stuff, I could actually reuse it.
Absolutely.
For the soup.
You could refreeze. You can freeze the meat and reuse it. You can freeze the broth and reuse it.
Awesome. The bird
So-
that never ends.
That's right.
Got it.
So let's put all of this in. And this recipe will be on the website in detail. And then after you would bring this up to a boil, you'd then put in milk or cream. And this, it is just beautiful once all these onions have cooked down. It's just gorgeous. It's very delicious.
So
Add a little salt and pepper.
one thing while cooking with you, I've noticed, you don't just make dishes randomly. And so obviously Thanksgiving, you have a turkey meal, sometimes Christmas. But there's a reason or a memory associated with every dish that you make. And so food is obviously very important to you.
It's very important to me.
It's tell me a little bit about that.
It's part of memories and life.
Okay.
And actually, I will tell you, this next one we're getting ready to make, Brunswick stew, really is a deep, deep memory for me.
Okay.
It's one of my favorite recipes of all times. My mother always had a big pot of this on the stove when I would come home from college. Big pot of Brunswick stew. It's a very colonial Virginia dish with a pan of homemade cornbread. And when I would walk through the door from school, that was the first smell I would get. And even now when I smell it, it just brings back all those wonderful memories of going home.
I'm excited to smell these beautiful memories that you talk about.
Okay, this is very easy. So Brunswick stew, you can make it with chicken or turkey. You just put that in your pan. You put in whole tomatoes. I just use the canned tomatoes.
Hey, there you go.
You put in some celery. And this is the way I like it. You can put any vegetable in.
Okay.
The colonists in Virginia would use whatever they had. Rabbit sometimes, and whatever vegetables they had. That's why it was Brunswick stew. Little corn.
Little history lesson for all of us as we're watching.
And I like to cut baby carrots up. They're just more tender.
Okay.
And put carrots in.
Don't use normal carrots.
I just like the baby carrots, but that's just me. And then we'll put the broth in. And notice that I'm using boxed broth. So if you don't have the time to make bone broth, or you've run out of all your bone broth, you could always just get good chicken broth. I like the low sodium kind because I like to be able to control how much salt I put into my recipes.
So you're using 2 boxes.
I use 2 boxes. And then if I want it to be a little more soupier, I can put another box in.
Okay.
Or I can put a little water in.
So if you want more vegetable/meat dense, you just use less chicken broth.
That's right.
And if you want it more soupy, you just use more broth.
That's right.
Okay.
And again, pepper. Love pepper. And then this lets me control my salt. There you go. And then you just bring this to a boil, put the lid on it, and let it simmer until the carrots are done. And there you go. You can't beat a good, healthy vegetable soup with your turkey or chicken meat. Brunswick stew.
Well, I know I've learned
an onion soup.
A lot with just the soup, and I didn't even know you could use bones and leftovers from turkey. So very thankful for that, and I hope you guys learned something as well. Again, as we continue doing this, the whole reason for doing this, yes, is to give simple recipes that even we can do at home, right? And Victoria is an amazing teacher, and so hopefully you're able to pull these off pretty simply and easily. But again, the goal is to share this love with your neighbor.
Absolutely.
She clearly loves cooking, and Jesus has given her a gift. And the way that we're able to do this just quickly right here is important. But to be able to share that with someone else is what's really important. And so from all of us at Feed the Need, we want to share these things with you. All of us have different loves and gifts. But what we want to be able to do is to share those with our neighbors so that they can carry on and move through people just as Jesus wants us to.
That's right.
We're all tools for him.
That's
and
right.
He wants to use all of us. And so I'm really excited to actually try some of this soup. I never thought I'd be excited about turkey bones, but this has been in front of me the whole time, and I am excited to try it.
Smells good, doesn't it?
It does smell
It really
good.
does smell good. I wish we had smell-o-vision, like Willy Wonka used to have.
So I'm very thankful for you and you taking the time to do this with us. It was educational and encouraging. So
thank you very much for
excited
having me.
For the next time. Definitely. Well, we love you guys. Again, check out the website, feedtheneed.org, for more recipe ideas and to just stay up to date with what's going on. We're constantly moving and doing new things. Jesus always calls us onto a new adventure, and for some reason, we always say yes. So we love you guys. Keep following and keep loving your neighbors.